Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Pat Rojek, who is the Commodore for the Yacht Club. Well, Pat, so nice to see you. How are you doing today?
Just great. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And as we were talking offline, we have had a great relationship with the Yacht Club over the years, and they've always been super gracious and took us out on a sail ride. And I just love hearing about all of your great adventures. And now that things are opening up a bit more, it looks like you guys are back in business.
Yes, we did shut down last March just for a while, and then we were able to open back up our day sales because we downsized the number of people that could be on board, and we instituted, certain best practices for handling COVID-19. So masks were mandatory. We wiped down the boat before and after every sail. And we reduced the number of people so there could be social distancing. So the day sales were able to come back before, other in-person events.
Right.
But we continued to have Zoom events.
Right. Well, you're outside, and
Exactly.
as long as you keep your distancing as best as you can on the boat, then there really doesn't seem to be any, breaking any rules or anything like that. So that's great that you were able to get out there and get some fresh air. So do you guys still have two boats?
We have one club boat, and then we have at least 5 members that have their own sailboats.
Oh, now do you use those boats or just the one club boat?
We use our boat for the club day sales, and then when we have special events like cruises to different destinations, a lot of times the members that own their own boat will join in. So we'll have sort of a flotilla.
Oh, I like that. That sounds even more fun. Now, the Yacht Club, there is a cost because obviously there are things that you guys need to pay for all these activities, but it's really quite reasonable compared to some of the other things out there.
It is the best sailing bargain around. And I moved to Laguna Woods mainly because they did have a yacht club with a boat, and I could continue sailing. And it's $150 for the year,
Right.
which may sound like a lot, but it's such a bargain because if you wanted to charter in Dana Point to go for a sail, the charter down there, you're going to pay $675 for 3 hours, $775 for 4 hours. Our day sails are 3 to 4 hours long, and for $150, you can go multiple times a year. And I chartered once in Newport on a Harbor 20, and it was $75 for 4 hours. So you go twice, and you paid $150.
Yeah.
So our club is a great bargain.
So when you have the sailings, how many people will you be able to accommodate each time?
Right now, we're still sailing under our COVID protocol, so we are limited to 5 on the boat, the skipper, and 4 members. Now that we've gone from purple to red, at our next board meeting, we'll be discussing, all the procedures we put in place to see if we will be able to relax any. Normally, we would have 6, 7, occasionally 8. We don't really want that many, but sometimes. So hopefully we'll be able to expand the number of people on board. But we went from sailing 5 or 6 days a week to 7 days a week to be able to accommodate more members.
Oh, that was awfully nice of you guys. That's great. Now, so are you still planning to sail every day?
So far, yes. Now we try to keep Saturdays for potential new members and people that have been on the waiting list. But sometimes we need to reclaim a Saturday for boat maintenance.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you definitely have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I also know you guys are doing full moon sails.
Yes, so that we stopped during the winter, and partly because of COVID, and it was cold. But now, starting in April, we are going to start that, and it's usually right around the full moon. Sometimes it's not precisely on that day, and it's really delightful. So you go out at night, the sun goes down, the moon comes up. We usually just sail under the head sail. Sometimes another member boat will go, and there'll be 2 boats out. But if you've never sailed at night, it's kind of a magical thing.
I bet, I bet. And we have been in contact with the Dana Point Harbor just because we regularly speak to them. And we do know that obviously the whales are here. Now, you don't just see whales, though, you see lots of other great stuff.
What we have seen this year has been spectacular. Grays, humpbacks, always dolphins, a sea turtle, which we
Wow.
had not seen before. And it came close enough to the boat that the crew got a photo.
Oh, wow.
A big mola mola, which is kind of a big gray blob, also called a sunfish. Of course, sea lions, seals, and always birds, lots of birds, and sometimes rare migrating birds.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is awesome. I mean, obviously, when you're out on the ocean, you see all sorts of different things that you normally wouldn't be seeing if you weren't on the ocean. So that is awesome. Now, you guys also have a sailing academy where people can learn how to sail, or maybe like yourself, they already know how to sail, but need an entity to do that.
Yes, so to join our club, you don't need to know how to sail. And if you don't want to learn, that is fine. You can just go along for a ride. But a lot of people want to learn and get involved. So we do offer a sailing academy, and we just finished our introduction to sailing. We usually offer it once a year, just ran from January to March, and we had a drive-by graduation because we can't meet in person. So intermediate will be coming up in July 12th to August 16th. So we have a classroom component. Now we couldn't meet in person, so we were doing Zoom classes, but in July we might be able to meet in person. We'll have to see. So there'll be a classroom component, then a dockside class at the boat. The boat's in the slip, but we do some teaching right there. And then you actually have on the water lessons where we'll be out sailing, and you'll be putting into practice what you learned. So
Yeah.
it's also a great bargain. The
Yeah,
class
I
is
tell
like
you.
$15 for the class that just ended. So when we can meet in person, the price will go up a little bit because we do offer refreshments. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, that makes sense. And then this looks fun. You guys are having outdoor mini happy hours.
Yes. So normally our happy hour was a large group gathering. We used the clubhouse at 2400 as our base, but we had to shut that down. And then in, I think it was September, October, November, we tried a small mini happy hour that someone hosted outside at their home, on their patio or backyard or at a park. And we limited the number of attendees to between like 6 to 10, was up to the host. And you wore your mask except when you were eating or drinking, and you sat 6 feet apart. And then it was very successful. People were anxious to get out and see their friends. Then we closed down because, it was getting dark so early. It was very cold, but now we've started back up again now that we've had daylight savings time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. We certainly, and then you'll have beautiful sunsets too. So that sounds awesome.
yes.
You guys are planning some trips coming up. Tell me about those.
Okay. So we do, all our cruises last year were canceled, but we're thinking positive, and we have cruises planned to go to Catalina Island in June, Alamitos Bay in July, Emerald Bay, which is just off the coast of Laguna Beach. We'll go there. You can go there and back in a day, and we anchor and we swim and we have lunch and come back. And then we have a Duffy boat cruise planned for Newport.
That is,
So fingers crossed, that we get to do these this year.
I love it. In fact, if I was living here, that is exactly the club I would be going to, because it just sounds like so much fun. And it's so different, right? I mean, you would never know that Laguna Woods Village, where it's really not that close to the ocean, has a sailing club. So I love it. I just love it. And one last thing, I know that you guys have meetings, but of course, right now there's Zoom meetings. So when do you think you'll be able to start up again?
Well, we do not know. As everyone gets vaccinated, and it will depend. We have to follow the rules for Laguna Wood Village,
Right.
Orange County, California. So we have to, see, because our meeting would be normally in a building in the village, we have to follow their protocols too.
Okay.
So hopefully by June, fingers crossed, we're thinking everyone will be vaccinated and maybe the clubhouses will start to open up. But if
Okay.
not, we'll just continue right on meeting on the Zoom platform, once a month. And we have wonderful speakers. I mean, we've stepped up our game. We have had some world-class speakers.
I love that. And, and sometimes Zoom allows us to do that because then the people don't have to travel very far. They just go to their living room.
Exactly. It has been a bonus.
Yeah, it has for all of us. I mean, we've all been very fortunate to have this capability. Now, if someone wants to get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Our very robust website, lwyachtclub.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing all this great information with us. I wish you well and hope you guys get out sailing as much as you can and have as many people as you want soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, Pat, thank you. And we'll be right back